Well, Sundays on the Square are starting today in Fayetteville. Here's a live look out over the square tonight. I guess maybe it got canceled because of the weather, but Scott's in the Weather Center tracking the very latest.
I don't know if it got canceled. I wasn't sure. I did see a lot of folks set up there earlier as some of those rain showers were moving through the area. I felt really bad for them. Unfortunately, Mother Nature just had other plans for us out there today. Live radar as we scan the skies right now. We don't have a whole lot going on. Got some spotty showers exiting our viewing area there in eastern Madison County. Off to the east, though, things are really getting cranked up. We've had a couple of tornado warnings, very large hail with some of these isolated supercells that are pretty much just firing up barely just off to our east. Good news is we aren't going to have to deal with much more severe weather the rest of this evening. That window considerably closing. There is the potential out there. It's not entirely over with yet. Here's our severe weather risk zone. You'll notice that this orange encompasses a large majority of Arkansas. That's going to be our level 3 potential. You work your way a little bit further towards the west and that potential drops off. It's all part of the cold front that's been moving through the area today. Temperatures are very different depending on where you're at. We're at 51 in Bentonville. Meanwhile, those of us in Clarksville, where the front's really just now arriving, we're still in those low 70s out there, right? So big difference as we see those temperatures are going to continue to drop over the next several hours. When you wake up tomorrow morning, we're going to be dropping into the upper 30s. You got some 40s out there. It's going to be a cooler Monday. In fact, by tomorrow afternoon, we expect highs largely in the upper 50s, low 60s, northwest Arkansas. Perhaps a few of us warming up into the low 70s across the River Valley. Cooler than it has been over the last several days. Then we start to warm things up. Tuesday and Wednesday, we're back in the 70s, mid to upper 70s by Wednesday. And then you find that roller coaster trend dropping us back into the 60s towards the end of the week. Folks, we've got a really active weather pattern shaping up. It's going to bring a few different chances of rain. Now, over the last 24 hours alone, Fort Smith didn't get a whole lot. 1/100th of an inch recorded there. That's at the airport. I know not everyone lives at the airport, right? So you may have seen a little bit more in your backyard. Fayetteville at Drakefield, a little more than 1/10 of an inch. Poto picking up about 1/4 of an inch of rain. Meanwhile, at the Rogers Executive Airport there on the east side of town, almost 7/10. XNA falling a little bit shy of a 1/2 inch of rain. We were able to drop some burn bans, some good news. Benton County falling off the map. Crawford, Franklin, and Johnson, they fell off the map late last week. We also were dropped Logan today. Adair no longer under a burn ban. You got a few lefts. I think we're going to be able to drop a lot of those over the next several days. Our rainfall footprint, you'll notice, is going to be highest across central Arkansas. And assuming our storm tracks don't shift a lot, we're on track to see a decent amount of rain. I really think parts of east Oklahoma, northwest Arkansas, 3 to 5 inches over the next 7 days. Meanwhile, there's going to be some locations along and south of Interstate 40, 4 to 7 inches of rain. Thankfully, it's not all going to fall at once, right? That would lead to some flooding concerns. And while there are some flooding concerns, there's still, even with that, spread out over a few days, it's not going to be as worse as it certainly could be. Let's walk through Futurecast here. This is going to be Wednesday at midnight. So we're really talking Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. Our first front comes through. This one could bring some severe weather with it, and we could see a secondary severe weather risk materialize on Wednesday, middle part of the day there as well. Rain's going to continue. That very front is going to stall out to our south, and we're going to see impulses of energy up in the upper levels of the atmosphere riding up along that front, and that's going to bring additional chances of rain, maybe some storms on Thursday, more rain on Friday, and it really looks like Friday into Saturday is when we're going to pick up the bulk of that precipitation, with things slowly but surely tapering off by Saturday night. I think Sunday, for the most part, is drying out, but we'll hang on to at least a chance of those showers continuing into Sunday. Let's talk about those severe weather risk zones. This is going to be Tuesday night, right? Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. You'll notice a level 2 potential here in yellow for east Oklahoma, parts of west Arkansas as well. Let's drop it to a level 1. Here in green for the majority of our area. But really, once we get into that Wednesday, that's going to be the day that I think we're going to be a little bit more concerned with some severe weather. This is straight from the Storm Prediction Center. This isn't a scary hype map, right? This is just data. That's all it is. And the data here is indicating to us we're going to want to be weather aware on Wednesday. What they've outlined is a 30% risk of severe storms, or the enhanced category. That's another way of saying a level 3 potential of strong to severe thunderstorms. When you get an outlook that's this high, this far out, there's enough confidence and concern to warrant this. They don't issue these loosely. In fact, they work their hardest to not issue them, and they only do so when the data suggests, hey, there could very well be some storms. You'll notice that level 3 potential, it's mostly in the River Valley, parts of northwest Arkansas. Meanwhile, that 15% or level 2 slight risk in effect for east Oklahoma. Hey, these maps are going to change this week. They're going to change over the next couple of days. We'll keep you posted as they do. We don't want to get lost in necessarily the minute details right now of who's in what. Key takeaways, we're going to have to watch the weather over the next several days. It's a busy forecast. Mother Nature's really going to come in into the month of April with a big roar. 70% chance of rain and storms on Wednesday. You're going to have chances of rain and storms again Thursday. We'll watch Friday. We're going to watch Saturday for you. Rain tapering off, I think, by Sunday. Going into the following week, maybe things calm down just a little bit. Gosh, I almost regret how many times I've been begging for rain over the last several days. We get from drought, high fire danger, multiple wildfires, to now we're going to pick up several consecutive inches of rain, all in a matter of about 7 days between now and next Sunday. We're going to want to keep the rain gear handy, not just rain, but potential and likelihood for some severe storms, especially there Wednesday. Let's watch Wednesday really closely. Of course, we'll have more details for you over the next couple of days.